you've seen how people suffer, how people benefit from, how people enjoy their money. So you have that background. But now, let's look at Godfrey, who touched money after maybe first salary. You get employment after education. So you get money. And people say the first salary or the second or the first year, just for you to enjoy.
That one, you go and, what do you call it in the other language? You chop.
Yes, you go and enjoy it like there is no tomorrow. How do you help such people? Ground them in this journey that they start having a good relationship with money. How do you go about it?
So, first and foremost, and you've mentioned it, wellness from the angle of being grounded to the truth of who you are and where you're coming from. Yeah. Earlier, we spoke about the fact that not all of us have had similar access. Some people didn't have access at all until their first salary. Some people have had access intermittently. Sometimes you have, other times you don't. Some people have had in abundance. Yeah? And I don't know whether we can talk about abundance when it comes to money. But the whole point is, how do you live well? How do you live in harmony? How do you live at peace with your money? The relationship you have with your money. Now, coming back to your question, how do I help people who are excited? Can I call it that way? People who have just, started work, yeah? And they haven't quite figured out how they're going to...
fresh graduates from the university.
Fresh graduates. Or people who are not fresh graduates, but they are teenagers and they are youth. You know, there is a way the youthful age also brings in its own, its own demands. So the whole thing is, it is very important to remain grounded with or without money. Yeah? Grounded how? Number one, you have to know that money is like a visitor.
A visitor.
Mu Kinyarwanda turavuga ngo amafaranga ni umushitsi.
Can
Money is a visitor, like they can come today and go tomorrow. Yeah?
come back again.
And come back again and go. Come back in huge volumes, other times in kapesa kadogo, very small. So, you have to remain grounded. Don't be excited. Yeah? When you get your money, can you put yourself at a point of posture? Oh, I got 5 million as a young woman, as a young man. How do I apportion this money? And that's where we talk about the very first letter in my framework that I use. It's the SAI framework, that is save, invest, grow, and help. You pause so that you think carefully. What are the needs with this money and what are the wants with this money? The needs are those things that you definitely need for life to move on. You don't want to be on the street, so you need a house. Yeah? You need transport. And these days, I'm happy things are, evolving. So you may need a bicycle, a motorcycle, you may need bus fare, you may need a personal car. It's a need. Yeah? But there are some people who say, oh, I need maybe to party every weekend. Every time I get salary for the next 4 weeks, I have to party. Is that a need or is a want?
I remember you used to, on Fridays, say, thank God it's Friday. Friday's time to spend.
So it's very important that you ground yourself to the future that you want to see. The future that you want to see is a future of availability of resources. And that is where we speak about money as a resource, not money as the sole driver for everything that
You mentioned
Yeah.
you working with your mom taking a risk, putting you in charge. I've seen great or millionaires, and when I look at their children, you can tell the parents who expose their children to money. How do you equip parents? Do you have a special class maybe that would help parents so they give this knowledge, these skills to their children? Because if they wait till I get my first salary, then I'm going to waste this money for how many years? Till I woken up like, if you read, I think you know the story of the prodigal son. When he was put in charge of this stuff, he couldn't handle, he just disappeared and
Yeah.
he wasted himself.
He had a blast.
Yes. So how do you have a package that would help parents so that they give this skill or expose their children to money matters, to relationship with money?
Just to go back on my story, so I was exposed, I think, well, I could not have read my mother's mind. Even my dad, actually, there's a time we had a shop in town, but that was after senior 6, so he used to send me there to attend to clients. But let us go back to the very young age of me. If I can read my mother's mind, she was preparing me to manage money. But at the same time, there was not such a point where I woke up and said, oh, I need this, or I need the other. Like, you're getting them. Like, for every demand, you get an answer. Even when I received the money and handed it over to her, if, for example, the next day I said, I need a new shoe, she wouldn't just buy it. She would recognize that it's the child in me with the excitement of money that is demanding for that shoe. But she knew exactly when she should buy the shoe. Now, that is a parent who exercises what I call the grounding syndrome.
Grounding syndrome.
Yes. Where, yes, there is money. Yes, there are these resources. Yes, there is this. But you work with your child. You work on your child's mind or psychology, not to give everything and anything when they demand for it. Now, there are some parents who have what I call the spoiler syndrome. The spoiler syndrome, in the sense, even when you don't have, maybe you have enough to take you through the month, but because it is your child who has demanded, then you want to give. Or you want to make the next phone call to Godfrey to send you 50,000 because your child has demanded. Yeah? But there are those who really have money enough that they can buy anything and everything. That is spoiler syndrome. So we saw the grounding syndrome, then the spoiler syndrome. But we also have parents who are like the laissez-faire, in the sense, for as long as my child is dropped off and picked up from school, I'm sorted. There will not be a time where we can engage in a conversation, on what it is when we speak about needs. Do you, my child, understand what needs are? And how that can actually transition into your future. So the conversational kind of parenting style, where a parent has conversations with their children. Because let me tell you, children have so many, like a million questions around money. But who is there to discuss and fill in the box in the business of money? So, yeah, I think that is what I can say, but also call on parents. Please call me, gather at 2 hours, 3 hours, a whole day. I'm available to have grounded conversations about money.
Okay. Do you have like a center where people would find you? Maybe this is our training center or what? Or you find them where they are?
No, not yet. We have an office in Chitochiro, But for now, individuals invite us to go to their offices.
Okay.
Actually, we also offer virtual
Okay.
support classes for whoever is not in Rwanda, for example. We schedule online classes.
So people can come to your office.
Yeah.
Others, you can go to them,
Yes,
or you can do a virtual.
virtual sessions.
All
Yeah,
right.
and it's both individuals, office, corporate environment, but also groups.
Okay.
A group can be family, a group can be a group of friends.
Or couples.
Or couples. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now let's go back to the issue of saving. Maybe we talked it a little bit, but I think it's one of the big issues we have in Rwanda. Even you talk to bankers, they tell you what the saving culture is still down. It's like the reading culture. So why is it that we are still behind in saving? When you had the opportunity maybe of having a pig bank at home. But now, how do I save? Because many people are saying, I don't even have enough. How do you help Rwandans acquire this discipline to have this culture of saving? Yeah. And when do they need to start? At what age maybe?
Saving has no age.
Has no age.
Saving is now.
Now, I like that.
Yes. And I really invite you, friends, to reach out. Let us help you to learn the skills of how to save. And there are different forms of saving. But what matters is consistency in how. Yeah. Earlier in the definition, we spoke about being consistent in how you plan, in how you spend, in how you budget your money. I've been here when I was working in one of the financial institutions here, and one of the clients came to me and he was looking for money to refurbish his house.
His house, yeah.
But this gentleman worked for so little. However, when I visited the asset, the house he was supposed to give us collateral, I was overwhelmed. And I paused and...
Overwhelmed, what do you mean?
The money, his salary and the asset were not correlating.
Okay.
In the sense, his asset was way bigger than...
And you're asking yourself, how did he acquire this?
Than if you took his salary for 5 years or even 10. So I really wanted to learn, because it's part of what I do. I invest in learning with after spending, like I paid the tuition or in conversations.
So you're learning from the client now?
Yes. So I paused and asked him, but yeah, you're going to get the money, but I would like to pick one or two things from you. How do you get here? How do you get this asset? And he affirmed what I already knew, what I believed in. But it was so interesting. He told me it has been years of saving. Yeah? He saved small monies for a period of 10 years.
Kweyima.
Yes. And he didn't say it in that way, like kweyima, like deny yourself of anything. He said that I actually registered saving as one of my key or one of my priority expenses. You understand what I mean? It means that when he was getting 100,000, it was very intentional for him to balance with what he gets. He deducts at least 30,000. I'm just giving a figure, but I'm not being exact on what he was earning. So it is the intentional and consistent habits on what you get to save it. And save it not because somebody has instructed you or because you want to be like so and so, but you zoom out, and that's the third layer of the masterclass. What is it that I want to achieve in the next 5 or 10 years? So you zoom out and say, whatever I want to achieve maybe will cost me 10 million or 20 million or 30 million. So where do I start at today? Then you start saving and say, okay, every month I'll save 10,000 to go towards my goal. And in the masterclass, I call it answering your why.
Your why.
Why do you want to save? It's not about piling a lot of money on your account. It's about having a vision, having a goal that you want to achieve. Therefore, you're supposed to save. Because, I mean, we don't have manna falling from heaven anymore.
Yeah.
At least I've not seen it. You know,
Maybe in the biblical times.
In those times. But in our time, we don't have manna falling. So it means you have to work for it. You have to save for your bigger goal. You have to answer your why. Why am I saving? And that is where actually many people, almost people, fall short. Because when we hear the word saving, we don't necessarily connect it to why should I save. Yeah? Why do you want to save? Because you want to possibly invest. You want your money to grow. You want to be able to help others. Like when I come to you, you have some money to give me to solve my problem. So you have to be at a position of understanding your why that you start to save.
You answered the why
Yeah.
and when. Now let's talk about where.
Where do you save?
Yeah, where do you save? Some people would say, I don't have this discipline. I'm going to go to the bank, get a loan, then put that money, then the bank will be cutting that from my salary. I think that's not very healthy. Again. As you just say, I'm going to put this amount in the bank. I'm looking at a teacher who earns like how much? Has children, but she manages to save. I can go to the bank and get 20 million, then the bank will be cutting from my salary. Or I save for 10 years, which is taking a long time. It's going to take a long time. So, as a coach.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. As you mentioned, we've answered the what and why, and maybe we are looking at how, you know. And not all of us
We are going to combine how and where.
We are not all like blessed the same way to work with financial institutions that they can lend us money. Because again, when you go to the bank, there are certain things that you have to fulfill. Hari ibyo ugomba kuba wujuje as somebody who wants to borrow.
They need collateral.
Yeah, there's the need for collateral. There's a need for consistent income. You know, if you can't present how you've been earning for maybe the past 3 or 6 or 1 year, you know, there are certain requirements. So now, let us make a blend of all of those people. And let us begin with somebody who doesn't necessarily earn a salary, but they are doing their other things.
Or jobs that
you know, that person can also save. And why I speak so much about financial wellness is because it also helps you to transition from your comfort zone to a zone that will continually remind you that saving is a must. And this is where many of us actually fall short. You talk to somebody and they will say, oh, for me, I've tried that and it didn't work. But how many have you tried? Have you tried maybe a standing order? That is when you write to the bank and say, every month money hits on a date X, money hits my account, deduct 40,000 and send it into my saving account. Have you tried, for example, having a fixed saving account where you pick money, put it there, but you're only allowed to deposit, but you're not allowed to withdraw. If at all you want to withdraw, then you get a penalty. Now, in fear of the penalty, you will not go to the bank to collect that money. Have you tried to work with institutions like the one I know very well, I mean Rwanda National Investment Trust, where you know every month you will send there, even if it's 2,000, you're saving. Like, which one have you tried? Or if you've been able to get some money, a lump sum amount, okay, don't put it on the account because you're fearing to go and pick it. Maybe buy a plot somewhere. But be strategic again, not to buy a plot that is
Because at the
going
end of the day,
to
this plot
reduce
appreciates.
value. Yeah, be strategic. So there are really different ways. And I would encourage the Hagne followers, don't just do things for the sake of doing things. Do it with a purpose. If you're saving, answer your why. If you're saving, where do I save? And answer why. You know, why do I choose a RNIT over something else? Why do I choose a plot of land over something else? You know. Now to nail your question, if somebody says, okay, because I know myself that even if you put money in 15 meters down here, and I know there is money, I'll dig it. Yeah? It's better for me to take a loan, yeah, and buy something because I know I don't want to default and I don't want to lose the property that I bought on loan. So if you really know your weakness, work around your weakness.
I like that.
Yeah, and that is the pain point. And those are some of the things we do with our clients to help you understand what your weakness is, and then you work around your weakness. Yeah.
All right. Wow, wow. As we come to the end of this program, what are the 3 basic habits anyone can start today to improve financial awareness?
Basic habits.
3.
3. I've read a lot about the Japanese style of managing money. And some of the tips that they share, which I'm happy to share here, is number 1, save.
Save.
Save for whatever you get. Like, the very first thing you do is you save. It's a habit that we must, I don't know if they're injections, but okay, we can put it in our mind and say, for every little that I earn, I must save. Now, that adds to the Bible that I believe in. It tells us to save. Yeah? Because through saving, if you read Ecclesiastes, I think it's 8, when you read it, it reminds us that we need to save in different investment boxes, 7 of them, but it also adds and says 8 if possible.
I didn't understand that scripture.
Yeah? So my own interpretation is that, okay, the Bible, let me tell you, the people who wrote the Bible, I would say they were spirit-led, and that's what the word tells us. It was breathed, yeah, by God.
So people follow that model.
So they knew that in this life that we are leading, you definitely have to plan to save, but also invest. Yeah? Because when you go back in Matthew, you remember the people that were given seeds. And some were quick to say, oh, let me keep this somewhere so that the owner will not come to ask. That is not also a wise way of,
fearful,
you know. So don't be scared to invest, but be very careful how you invest.
Smart.
Like what we call a calculated risk. Yeah? Especially with the understanding of how much is it that you have. Yeah? Let me ask you, Godfrey, what did the owner of the seeds say to the one who had multiplied the seed?
I'm the one asking questions. You answer yourself.
Yeah.
Answer yourself.
They were appreciated. You know, they say, oh, you're loyal, you manage the money well, but you're able to also multiply it. So I want to connect saving and how money multiplies before you invest. For example, if I have 10,000.
10,000.
Or let's say 5,000 or whichever amount of money, and I open a saving account, I know those of you that earn so much, when I talk of 5,000, you might even say, this is...
That's nothing.
Yeah. But let me tell you, 1 + 1 makes a bundle. If I save my 5,000 today, and I make it a plan to save 5,000 every week, at the end of the month, how much will I have? I'll have 20, right? It means I'll have shifted from 5 to 20. And if I do that for an entire year, I will not still be at square one, right? It will have multiplied. So save because you want your money to multiply, to grow. And maybe later we can talk about the 3 M's or 4 M's of money. So you save, you tell yourself, you know what, I must save. And it doesn't matter. 200 Rwanda francs, 300, whatever amount you have, save. So that is takeaway number 1. Takeaway number 2, I know for a fact that sometimes the situation is not good. Sometimes you don't have what to save. The math is not mathing.
The math is not mathing, yeah.
I speak about financial wellness. Don't strangle yourself, yeah, because you didn't have what to save. Just tell yourself it is a discipline that I have assigned to myself, that every time I have
And something?
I'll save. However, on months where it is so tight, take a break and reflect. Number 3, for those of us that are earning maybe little, or you're earning but the expenses have gone higher than you had earlier predetermined, I urge you to find a side hustle. Yeah? And this is one of the advices that I give my clients. It is okay to have one income, but it is also okay to have another income.
Yeah, yes.
Just like we talk about investing in 7 or 8 sources, it is also fine to have 5 streams of income. I don't think there's anybody who has stopped you. You know, there are some people who say, "Oh, me, I'm just corporate. I can't do gardening." Me, I can do gardening, and I'm paid. Isn't that money?
Yeah.
So I encourage our viewers, and as part of financial wellness, look for other sources of
Other avenues where you can do this.
other avenues of getting money, because again, sometimes one avenue may decline. Just like I said, saving may not be possible because something has happened.
You remind me of this African saying of putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
What happens when?
So look around you. You know, is it knitting or weaving? Is it cleaning people's houses? Is it giving childcare support? Is it speaking like I'm speaking? I mean, look for other ways of earning money, because there are several. Number 4, maybe the last one, was takeaways. And maybe this is a question. If you don't do it, then who will do it? If you don't do what I've just said, who will do it for your children? Who will do it when you're retired? Because at old age, friends, it's you and your God. Yeah? But you need a situation where in your retirement, at least you can send someone to buy for you potatoes or pumpkin or a glass of milk, because you have the resources. Now, if you don't have, you become a burden. So,
You know, when you talk of retirement, some people say that is for the Western world, those who have, you know, the world of haves and have-nots. For us, we don't think about that. Tomorrow we take care of itself. So, but if you don't save for your tomorrow, what happens when the tomorrow comes?
Who will? And definitely tomorrow will come.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, there are those who eat their tomorrow when they waste this, like the prodigal son. He wasted all he had. Then, so saving for the retirement. But let's end on that note. Say something about it.
And I love the fact that many countries have really invested in this. And in some countries, by the way, what you saved or what you put in your retirement package determines which retirement home you will be at. Yeah? Retirement home, in the sense even in retirement homes there are classes or there are categories. So if you want to retire in a nicer retirement home, there's something you need to do today. There's this young man who shared with me one thing that stuck in my mind, and he says, the chair or the seat you want to sit at 10 years from now, you start building it today.
The next 10 years, I start today.
Yes. So, friends, if you want to sit on a gold seat, you start mining for the gold today. Yeah? If you want a happy retirement, the funny thing is, Godfrey, believe you me, if you're graced to go beyond 70, 80, the fact of diminishing definitely comes to you. So what happens when you did not work for that hospital bed, that chair,
That's very key.
those people that will be picking you from the house to do sunbathing, what happens? And that's what we should all work towards.
I heard of a man who was, your life expectancy of one is going up.
It's going up, yes.
And I think on a personal level, we have not prepared for the retirement. But also the governments all over the world, because we have many seniors today, many governments, especially in Africa, they don't have a plan for that. Because when you're a senior, your medical bills,
they go up.
It's
just like a baby between 0 and 5 years.
Yes. Saving for that time is very crucial. So we need to start
now. Yeah.
So I want to thank you for all this information you've given us. I believe many Rwandans would subscribe to this, and also encourage people to subscribe to your channel, because you are giving them free information.
Yeah.
So, your last words.
My last words is a call to action that people should come subscribe to the Financial Wellness and Wealth Advisory Masterclass. It's a 4 weeks masterclass, but it's not like you're day in, day out for 6 weeks. So depending on the group's desire, depending on the individual plan, we structure it in such a way that, it will be 6 weeks, but every session you learn something, and then you're given the time, the allowance to go and implement. Because it's so, maybe one thing that I didn't mention, Godfrey, is that it's about implementation.
Implementation?
Like you come and learn, understand, for example, you understand your why. Then you go and implement. Okay. If it's about working around your planning for money, then you go and plan. Then when you come back next round, we must assess the plan you have for your money. So it goes like that to the last session where, you really exit the class knowing. One thing that maybe I didn't also mention is that not everyone may want to go through the entire 6 weeks masterclass, but they would rather sit down in one day and ask all questions.
Ask all questions
that they have about money.
You also have that package?
So I also have that package. Yeah. We have a team of people that can really help. So, yeah, sign up and let's help you. Let's help you master the game of managing your money.
So, our viewers will look at the screen, we put the number there.
Yes.
What would be the right time to call? Anytime?
Anytime between 9 and 4:30 or 5, let's say.
Okay. I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you so much,
God bless you for
and thank you for the questions.
The questions.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.